welcome back to our channel and my very clean kitchen. If you watch our vlogs, you'll know why it's so clean. I love it. Today I'm gonna do some food things. I'm gonna take you along on the next few days. If you're like me, you may have been thinking of ways that you could stretch your food budget a little farther. Or you don't have a food budget and you just notice the prices are going up and you want your food to go farther. I've been thinking that way and I have a few ideas. Over the next few days, I'm going to do just that. So I'll bring you along as I cook. I don't think I'm gonna batch cook it. Just don't have the time for that right now or the energy. But I am going to show you what I'm making each night and put it all in one video. Wow, it's a bit loud in here as normal, nothing new. We have 11 children if you're new around here. It's always loud. Today we have a big Lego tower going on. We've got slide action happening down that way. Just lots of crazy. Whoa! Ooh, now you get to build it again. To start out with, I'm going to take this 6.5 pounds of chicken. I normally do all of this chicken for one meal for our family of 13. The baby's just started eating, so she doesn't eat much, but I got a bunch of teenage boys, so we can go through some food. However, I am going to use half of this chicken for one meal and half for another. So that's a great way always to stretch your budget, is to cut down on the amount of meat you use. I've been doing less ground beef in the ground beef meals, that kind of thing. I'm cooking up these Brussels sprouts, which I already had, and the chicken. I think that one of the very best ways to save money on groceries is to use stuff that you already have. I shop once a month anyhow, so I'm not running to the store just to cook something, but it's also helpful to make sure that the stuff you bought doesn't go bad. So I did a search of my garage fridge to see what because that's the stuff I don't see all the time. It's not in my inside fridge, and just made sure I am using everything that we have. That always saves money to use what you bought. I noticed there are 3 bags of Brussels sprouts I hadn't used yet, so I'm going to make a great dish. We've made it many times before. We really like it. It's easy, it's very healthy, and with less chicken, it's even more affordable. Besides the chicken and Brussels sprouts, everything else involved is pretty cheap. So let me show you. Okay, I'm starting out by putting all of the chicken thighs into the pressure cooker. I'm gonna cook them on 12 minutes. They are thawed, and I'm not adding water or anything. 12 minutes on high pressure. Then we'll be able to use half of them today and half of them in a day or two. While they cook, I will prepare, it looks like I have 2, 4, 6 pounds of Brussels sprouts. I'm gonna just chop the ends off and cut them in half. After I wash them, we'll get those ready. It has been rainy and muddy here for 3 days, and the sun is just coming out, and I just cannot wait for kids to get back outside and play. We got teased with spring and good weather, and we just need to spread out a little bit around here. These two are helping me a lot. You're throwing away my trash, right? Here's one more bag. Seth, do you like to cook in the kitchen?
What do we do now?
Oh boy. That's a lot of Brussels sprouts, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we got 6 pounds of Brussels sprouts. Normally I do 6 pounds of chicken. So we're doing 3 pounds of chicken to 6 pounds of Brussels sprouts. Okay, got my helpers, got my Brussels sprouts. We got some coconut oil in here, and we are gonna fry those up while the chicken is still doing its thing.
Wow.
I like to get them a little browned like that. Maybe not quite that much, but got a ways to go. Okay, Solo took my helpers with him on an errand. So now I'm really getting stuff done. While I'm cooking the Brussels sprouts, my chicken's not quite done. Is my chicken done, Belle? Does it say L something?
It says 1.
1 minute left. I made up a sauce. This meal is so easy. Once you prep the Brussels sprouts, it's so easy. This is a combination of mayonnaise, balsamic vinegar, and salt. Mayonnaise sounds gross. I don't know why mayonnaise always sounds gross, but this is actually very, very good. And we'll just pour it on top of the Brussels sprouts and chicken and go. I'm gonna use the chicken broth to make some brown rice. Okay, dumped half of that chicken in here, kept half back for another meal. I'll show you later. The Brussels were well cooked, by the way. There it is. The meal is finished. I just turned the heat off of it. I mixed in the sauce. It's perfect. You could do it a little less saucy if you're not a big mayonnaise fan. I really like it this way. We will eat it on top of brown rice, which helps all meals go farther. but it's a great low carb meal if you just want to eat it this way too. I've also seen something very similar made with nuts in it, like walnuts thrown in, but it would not get eaten here if I did that. All right, my brown rice is cooking, so we're just waiting for that. I'm using the same pressure cooker, but I will always make this meal with half the chicken now. It's so great. Actually, I don't miss it, I don't think. Putting meat into a meal as opposed to eating meat with sides next to it is always gonna save you money. So, especially if you don't use too much of it inside. Also, just wanted to note that those Brussels sprouts I bought almost a month ago and they were great. Nothing wrong with them at all. So they last really well in the fridge.
I want to see the video. Dizzy, I want to, Dizzy, just do it. Do the picture. Do the picture. Dizzy, do a picture. Do a picture. That's Dizzy, you're not supposed to.
Okay guys, it is the next day. I'm gonna use that same chicken again. A couple times this week we had beef, so we're fine with having chicken a couple days in a row. Here it is. And Luka's helping me today. We're making up our own thing. The background of this is that I'm trying to use what I have. Again, that's the cheapest way to cook. Use stuff you've already bought. I went through our fridge and saw we had a few bags of pad thai noodles that I was planning to make pad thai with, and I haven't done it yet. Luka and Judah, actually, they love ramen noodles. When I was stocking up my emergency storage, that's one thing that we don't usually eat that I put in there, and they started eating it quite often, and they started making up their own recipes. So they throw away the spice packet sometimes and just make their own thing, like most of the time. They make such good ramen noodles. It's amazing. I have an affinity for all Asian food. I love Asian food, but theirs is so good. So I asked Luka if he could make up a big batch of the sauce that he makes.
Okay, so first we're gonna put in 1 cup of peanut butter, followed by 1 cup of soy sauce. Next we'll throw in 1/3 of a cup of chili garlic sauce. And we'll top that all off with 1 cup of brown sugar. Next we'll toss this all in the nuker for a minute or so.
Where'd the broccoli go? Here it is. 3 2-pound bags of broccoli. So I'm going to cook those. There's a remote control car, that's my life. We're gonna cook those up in a big pot. We're gonna add the chicken from yesterday, get it warmed up, our pad thai noodles, and Luka's big batch of sauce, and see how it turns out. I think it's gonna be good. So we're starting again with a pot of coconut oil, and I'm gonna cook up the broccoli. I think that'll be the longest part. I've actually never made pad thai noodles, so I called my dad and asked him. I'm like, it looks like you don't even cook them. You just throw them in hot water or water and soak them. And he told me yes. He told me just to warm them up, put them in warm water or hot water for not very long, just long enough to break up if it's clumpy, which this one is. And then he told me to make sure that I told you that I called Papa from The Papa's Kitchen to get advice. He wants to make sure you know he has a channel. Him having a channel has gone to his head just a little bit, but we did all expect that. Anyway, hopefully his instructions work. I'm gonna get a pot going for that as well. Around all of this, we've got the TV going because we have a sick little one. Belle made a huge batch of granola. It's cooking in the oven. I've got bread going in the bread machines. It's a little chaotic here, but that's okay.
Okay, I said 1 minute, it was more like 3 though. So now that the peanut butter's all melted, softened I should say, and it's all warmed up, you can stir it all up together. After that's all stirred up, our final step will be to add 4 cups of water, of boiling water. Looking good. Now we can stir all this together and the sauce will be complete.
Okay, I've got a problem. My big pot, it fills it up. So we'll see, hopefully it shrinks down. Hopefully it shrinks down enough to add the noodles and the chicken. If not, I'll have to pull some broccoli out. Here's Luka's finished product. Yum! It has such a good smell.
Here, try some.
Ooh, I will be happily.
No, the camera.
Yo, the camera. Let me try some. Mmm.
It's literally plastic. It's like the bag shredded up.
Pad thai noodles. It turns out one of the bags of noodles was bad. Luka's competing with me on the piano. I think it was open for some reason. So anyway, I was gonna make this with spaghetti noodles. So if it turns out well, you could try it. It would have worked. Or linguine. I think it still would have worked. I just happen to have these in here and I'm using what I got. So I'm not good at going off recipe. I think I'm not good. We need the sauce. The noodles aren't breaking up even though I put them in hot water for a minute and they seemed perfect. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we just needed sauce. All right, it's all gonna be okay. See, you know, some people aren't natural cooks. Excuse my granola. That's me, but I still try. It's worth trying. I think we figured out something amazing, don't you think? We got a sweatshirt half on, half off. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. All right, it's gonna work, don't you think, Luka? Is it gonna work? His sauce is a little sugary. You could cut back on the sugar. That's just between you and me. Don't tell him I said that. It's good though. It's good with all the sugar. And if you want the instructions for what he does with ramen, I'll put him in the description box, but I'll have him make it sometime because it's pretty fast and easy and he has it for lunch a lot. We all beg him to make us a bowl when he does it. Oh, thank you. We had a few more over there.
I didn't know you were putting so much broccoli.
Broccoli's good. Okay, Evan, okay. The verdict is in. What do you think? I think it's excellent.
It's great.
It's very good. Does it need anything else? No, I don't think so. It's very good. We'll have Solo try and see. All right, guys. I like to put up food videos on Saturday for you. Sometimes I run out of ideas of what you guys would like to see. So let me know what kind of food videos you like to see from me. Sorry. And I will see what I can do. We've done a lot of things like meal prepping. I only grocery shop once a month, so I'll only show you that once a month about, but I could take you in stores or, you know, let me know what you want to see from me. Otherwise, Tuesdays and Thursdays are family vlogs usually, and I try to keep to that schedule. And yeah, that's it for me, guys. We'll talk to you next time. I hope you find something in your fridge or pantry that you can use to make an affordable meal, or maybe like we did, cut your most expensive ingredient in half and still have excellent meals come out of it. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Mommy, you gotta stop this habit. This thing's bigger than me.